All right, let's talk about testing directives. There's a couple of complications here. Angular will generate this spec file for you by default. It's not really very helpful. It's not the best way to test directives. I'm kind of baffled at why they did this. So I'll give you an example of the test bed setup that you can copy into your directives to test yourself, and then we'll run a test on it that's meaningful. If we take a look at this directive, this is for the spinning dog heads up here on the top of the thing. I could have done this a lot of other ways, but I needed a directive, so I just made it that way. If we take a look in here, inside of our constructor, we're injecting the element reference. And so this is a way that you can get access to the native element. I'm setting some styles on it. Again, could have done this in CSS, but I needed a directive. What directives in general do is modify the DOM of an existing element, right? So there's not usually a whole lot of logic in the TypeScript. So we're going to have to do some testing on, does the width actually get set to 50 pixels? So let's come in here. Let's get everything set up. Let's get rid of this thing. Since directives test something that happens to an existing element, I'm going to make a custom component just for this test itself, okay? Using the normal Angular component decorator. Okay. All we really care about is the template, and we're going to make up a bogus template on a div. And if we look at the selector here, it's AppDoggo. So Angular is actually going to bootstrap this component and render it for us. We've also got to get class test doggo component. All right, that's about all we need here. Now let's go into one of our component spec files and let's steal the before eaches, because we're going to have to create them really fast. Because we're testing on this component now, right? Okay, so we're going to have to make some changes here. I'll just do them real quick. We're going to use the test component. We're going to declare it async. Got to import that guy. All right, so we've got that part set up. Now we're going to need access to the native element, not really the fixture even. I'm going to keep it there, just let it be. So we're going to do let native element HTML element. And then we're going to do native L equals fixture.native element. All right, we're good to go. We need to do testing on native element. Now this method that I'm about to show you, you can actually use to test the template of any component that you want. So keep that in mind. It should initialize okay, let's look at our directive. We want to see that the width got set to 50 pixels and the height, or you can skip the other one just for today. So expect native L dot query selector. Okay, we're going to use native JavaScript stuff. Div, which is this right here. Okay, we're looking for that div. Dot style. Dot width to be 50 pixels. Okay, same for height. Copy and paste as much as you can. Okay, I've described. Let's run this and see what happens here. Oh, come the fuck. Okay, you can see that this failed actually. It's not working. I forgot one important thing. You also have to declare your directive. That should do it. So we want to declare component and directive. Even I get frustrated by this stuff, right? Even I make mistakes, can't figure it out. That's not even a good error message. That's part of the problem with Jasmine, right? In the project folder, this whole thing is complete. You can copy and paste this, and it should be ready for you to go. That's pretty much it for testing directives. It's pretty simple. It's just a lot of setup, honestly. Next, we're going to talk about pipes, which thankfully are the easiest thing to test. Hooray!